Good afternoon, everyone. It's your boy, my hero, the best young football analyst. So, if you're new to this page, please do subscribe and hit the like button. So, today's game will be Chelsea from Stamford Bridge Stadium versus Man United from Old Trafford. So, yeah, the game. It was an exquisite game, a game that had high tempo, a very competitive game in both halves. Both teams were looking to attack rather than less to just attack. Even when you look at ball position to both clubs, Chelsea had about 56% ball position, then Man United had 43% ball position. So that kind of sums up the game, that it was a very attacking game, based on formation. Both coaches got it right in terms of formation, but both clubs defensively were very poor. Both clubs, but attackingly they were spot on. In the midfield, it was a little bit balanced because the game was not played in the midfield. If we're being honest, the game was being played on the width, not on the midfield. Palmer and Modric and Madueke played a crucial role for Chelsea into winning this game. Garnacho and Tony played a crucial role into helping Man United to not get embarrassed by Chelsea. As we saw, Garnacho getting 2 goals. Bruno Fernandes getting the second goal of the game. So those players were key factors throughout this game, and that shows question marks on the midfield of Man United. Individually, the midfield of Man United is better than the midfield of Chelsea. They've got Casemiro, they've got Mainu, they've got Bruno Fernandes. So they've got all these 3 midfielders who are technically good, but were not able to balance the midfield for Man United. As for Chelsea, they've got youngsters who are talented. Enzo Fernandez, who have won the World Cup of 2022 with Argentina. Mainu Caicedo, Conor Gallagher, a good youngster, very underrated. Yes, he does make mistakes over and over, but throughout this game, he was fantastic. He was on fire. Same goes to Palmer. As for Caicedo, Caicedo did make some mistakes, but let's not judge him because he did try as a defensive midfielder. He's still growing to become a better player. As for Enzo Fernandez, each and every game he shows up, same as Palmer, but Palmer does it better. I would say 2 times. But so Enzo Fernandez, each and every game he does show up to the midfield. He does work hard. He's a youngster, but he doesn't show to be a youngster. He's showing to be an experienced player the way he plays. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that the game was not going to be based on combination play because both clubs do not have a combination play. We look at Chelsea. Chelsea is a team that usually depends on their speed, because you'd find Palmer is the one that usually attracts that a combination play. But because Palmer can individually destroy a team, he's able to work it out himself. As for Man United, again, they use their pace to their advantage. They want to depend on speed. Anthony, Garnacho. How can you want to depend on speed, but you've got a striker who's not even that fast, but is fast, but not that fast? Højlund. Then you've got a midfield full of great talent, full of experience. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro are experienced. Mainu is a great talent. Now, why can you not balance the midfield, hold up possession, dominate ball possession, and create chances? You've got a very creative attacking midfielder. Why can you not do that? So that raises questions not the players, but to Coach Erik ten Hag, that what kind of a system are you trying to build? What are you building at United? What are you trying to do? Yes, you won one trophy with Man United. What was done before, if it was not a fluke, it can be done again. So yeah, it was not a fluke that Man United won the trophy. They worked hard for it. But can you do it again? That's the main question for Erik ten Hag. So yeah, there was a penalty. It was Cucurella versus Antony. So yeah, it was a beautiful pass from Modric to find Cucurella. But as both of them were running, I want you guys to look at the video below. Both of them were running, and Antony put his leg forward. But when he put his leg forward, his aim, he has got one intention. His intention is to get the ball out of Cucurella. But as he gets the ball out of Cucurella, he misses the ball, and his knee, as you guys can see, his knee catches Cucurella. So the laws of football is that any touch inside the box is a penalty, whether it's a mistake, whether it's on purpose. So yeah, it's a penalty. Good decision made by the ref. It's a penalty. And as you guys can see, the video is too long. Palmer takes the penalty, and good taking penalty from Palmer. Onana, I hate a goalkeeper that just dives, I used to be a goalkeeper back in 2018, right? Yes, when 2018 was about to end, I remember. I used to be a good penalty stopper. In 2018, I was 12 years old, playing for under 12. I was about to join under 14. So yeah, a good penalty from Palmer. But for Anthony, he dropped back from the right wing to go help out the right back. I applaud him for that. But the fact that he made that foul, yes, you can see it was not his intentions, but his knee got Cucurella. That's a small touch. He almost got the ball, but instead got Cucurella. So it was a good decision made by the referee. But it didn't stop there. The score was 2-0. Chelsea was leading. The fact that Chelsea was leading and Man United were able to bounce back to make it 2-2, and even much worse, they were able to get ahead of Chelsea and get the third goal, and the score was 3-2. So what does that say about Coach Pochettino? I applaud him for winning this competitive match, but the fact that actually, let's not blame Pochettino only. Let's also blame the players. You guys are winning 2-0, right? There's only one plan, which is game management. Now, instead, as I've said, Caicedo is a young boy, a young player who's still adapting to become one of the best at defensive midfielders. Caicedo has the ball, as you guys see on the video below. But Shelley, the number 5 of Chelsea, demands the ball with his hands. He demands the ball. Caicedo passes the ball without looking up. He's panicking. He needs to learn to keep composure. He's panicking. In his panicking, he gives out the ball and it goes to Garnacho. Garnacho finds a 1v1 and is able to score. The score is 2-1. And if you guys remember, Man United scored two goals in 4 minutes. Man United. It took them 4 minutes to equalize. Garnacho scored the first goal. The second goal was scored by Bruno Fernandes. Great play by Man United. Great play. The way Anthony was able to hold that ball and shift it. That's how they see, as I've told you guys. No combination play. Long balls to find who's there for Man United. As for Chelsea, just try to find those fast players. But Palmer is the key player. That's why I say Palmer is the one trying to play that combination play. Because Palmer is not a player. He's not fast. So he's a very good dribbler. And he's very cool and composed. That's why he's the second top goal scorer in the English Premier League. So yeah. Anthony shifts the ball. And it finds Dalot. And Dalot puts in an in-swinger. Now, where's the defense of Chelsea? Where's the defense of Chelsea? There's only Badiashile. And Badiashile's focus is on Højlund. So you cannot blame him. As for Bruno Fernandes, he sneaks in. And why the left back is not there, Cucurella? Because you'd expect him to be there. Because Badiashile was the left center back in this game. So you'd expect Cucurella to be there. Or at least someone. But that's the position of Cucurella. And Bruno Fernandes is not tall. He's not tall. So Cucurella was going to be, as much as he's short, but was going to be able to deal with him. Just to distract him. But a free header from Bruno Fernandes. And a player who's well experienced like him. A great player. A great footballer. Very underrated. Obviously he's going to score. A good header from Bruno Fernandes. As you guys can see. A good header from Bruno Fernandes. A well-deserved goal. He was switched on in this game. Too bad that the team didn't let him down. The team let themselves down. Because when he scored that goal, the score was 2-2. It's an equalizer. Man United are happy. Chelsea are sad in that moment. But somehow Man United were able to score the third goal, right? Man United got the third goal. The score was 3-2, right? Yes, score is 3-2. Dalot versus Madueka. I don't know how. It's the last minute, guys. It's a crucial phase of the game. In the last minute, the dying minutes, Chelsea scored 2 goals in under 1 minute. Chelsea scored 2 goals. Not in under 1 minute, in 1 minute. Dalot, look at, as you guys can see in the video below, Madueke, a good tactical plan from Coach Pochettino. Your team was winning 2-0. Now you guys are losing 3-2. It's a 1-goal advantage, which means you guys can take the throw 3-3 and take a throw. The coach spotted Madueke. Madueke is fast. The defense of Man United are tired. They've been conceding goals. If they were able to concede 2 goals in the game, they can concede another goal. So he puts in Madueke because Dalot is tired. He's playing on the left-hand side. He can see that Dalot is tired. He has a plan behind putting Madueke. That's what I love about the coach. You're down, 1-0 down. When you 1 goal down, I believe you can make a comeback. You can do something about it. And the game is almost over. But he believes that he can do something. He puts Madueke. Madueke takes on Dalot. As he takes on Diogo Dalot, he was able to steal Diogo Dalot and gets inside the box. What I love about Madueke is he gets inside the box. He gets in front of Dalot. Now Dalot, I don't know, he fell down, as you guys can see in the video below. He falls down and he falls on top of Madueke. A clear penalty because as he was falling down, he touches Madueke and ruins the chance that Madueke could have created. So it was a chance ruined. So it's a clear penalty. Good decision made by the referee. And I gotta applaud the referee. Wow. You know, this game had 7 goals. But, yes, 5, 6, yes, it had 7 goals, the game. But the referee was spot on in each and every decision he was making. You know, it's rare to find a referee in a game that has many goals, a bunch of goals. But the referee was spot on in each and every decision, or in most decisions. Most referees just make bad decisions and poor decisions. So you gotta applaud the referee. Good job. A clear penalty for Madueke, and Palmer steps up and scores a brace. As you guys can see, beats Onana again. Andre Onana again. He loses. Onana dives the wrong way. Cole Palmer, he's a good penalty taker. Couldn't compose. So yeah. So then Chelsea are able to equalize and make it 3-3. But it doesn't end there. Now, poor tactical game from Man United. The problem is that when they got a 3rd goal, they thought they had won it. That's their problem. They thought they had made a comeback, and they have made the best comeback throughout this season in England. So they thought they had won the game. Never decide for yourself. I always say, play the game. Play the game until the old lady blows the whistle. And because of that, Chelsea got their 4th goal to win the game 4-3. Cole Palmer. What a player. And the fact that Cole Palmer, people are busy comparing Bukayo Saka and Phil Foden. That's not a comparison. Bukayo Saka is better than Phil Foden. Even if he's better than Phil Foden by a few distance. But Bukayo Saka has been consistent for Arsenal. He has never he had a bad game, but per season he has been consistent. Per game, he does something for Arsenal, even if he's having a bad game. As for Phil Foden, someone who's performing in small games, someone who started performing in the Champions League final, he was getting benched. He was getting benched by Grealish. Jack Grealish was getting more game time than him. You tell me Phil Foden just by scoring hat-tricks, all that, as if Bukayo Saka haven't done that. Phil Foden is better than Bukayo Saka. City fans are just cray-cray. What I can say is the comparison that's supposed to be made in the Premier League, youngsters. Bukayo Saka versus Cole Palmer. That's the comparison you guys are supposed to be making. Cole Palmer versus Bukayo Saka. The only youngster that is better than Cole Palmer is Bukayo Saka. Cole Palmer is better than Phil Foden. Cole Palmer is carrying a team. He's carrying a team, Cole Palmer. He's carrying Chelsea, a team that is not organized. Phil Foden is carrying a team full of great talent. If Cole Palmer doesn't perform, Chelsea doesn't perform. If Phil Foden doesn't perform, Man City does perform. So you see, Phil Foden, they don't actually need Phil Foden. They can replace Phil Foden. They can easily replace Phil Foden. If Jack Grealish can get on his form, they did it without Phil Foden. They were able to arrive in the Champions League final without Phil Foden. It's just that Phil Foden did play because of Kevin De Bruyne's injury, and he did very well. And from then, he was spectacular. As for Cole Palmer, when he arrived, even before he left at Man City, he was wearing number 80. I remember in the final when he came in and scored against Arsenal. Cole Palmer has always been a good player, just like Coach Pep underrated Cole Palmer so much, the same way he underrates Julian Alvarez. Cole Palmer comes in. As he comes in for Chelsea as the new player, he becomes the key player for Chelsea. It is very concerning that Chelsea scored 4 goals, but Nicholas Jackson scored none. He didn't even score a goal. It's very concerning for me. He didn't even grab an assist. It's very concerning that I've got a striker, but he didn't even score. And some people say Nicholas Jackson is allergic from scoring goals. So I would advise Chelsea to get a new striker. Victor Osimhen. I don't think he'll be able to get Mbappe, but try to get a striker, a decent striker. I don't think Chelsea does need a target striker. They need a mobile striker. So yeah, the last goal of the game came from Cole Palmer. My problem with Man United is that Cole Palmer sneaks away from it's a corner, right? Cole Palmer sneaks away from the corner and go collect the ball. Now, the Man United defense, they are still setting themselves up. The player sneaks out. Why no one is attending the player? The player gets attended. Cole Palmer gets attended when he already receives the ball. So, poor vision from the whole Man United defense. Poor vision. When I say defense, I'm including the attackers, the midfielders, everyone who was there behind. As you guys see on the video below, Cole Palmer moves away from the corner spot. I mean from the box, and goes and receives the ball. No one is tracking him. They only track him when he has the ball. So poor vision from the Man United players. And when he receives the ball, he cuts in, and he just turns himself. He's a left foot on the right hand side. He shoots it. It gets deflected from Scott McTominay. He shoots it, gets deflected. The ball hits Scott McTominay, and it gets in. Go. Even if it was not a deflection, it was gonna be a goal. That ball was going in. It's too bad that it hit Scott, but that ball was going in. Cole Palmer is something special. Sometimes something special can be underrated, like James Maddison. And I said this to one of my friends that Cole Palmer might end up being like James Maddison, a great player who played very well, but was never recognized by Coach Garrett. Yeah, it's very sad when that happens to a soccer player, but that's life. And hopefully Cole Palmer will get his chance, but it will be difficult competing with Saka. But Cole Palmer can also play on the left-hand side. But I think it's going to be a little bit hard for him since he has adapted the technical football of cutting in and shooting. So it's going to be quite difficult for him playing on the left-hand side, being a left-footer. So yeah, Coach Garrett needs to make a plan. Maybe play one half time and play the other second half. You just need to play Cole Palmer, but you also just need to play Bukayo Saka. And I would like to thank you guys for watching, and please do subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you.